Early one misty morning, as Carter cast his nets off the coast, he spotted an eerily familiar shape looming in the distance. A boat, long whispered about in local legends, had mysteriously reappeared after vanishing 2 decades ago. Driven by a blend of fear and curiosity, Carter approached, unaware of the discovery that awaited him. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. He couldn't believe this was really happening, and he was still completely unaware that he was about to make a shocking discovery. As he was getting closer and closer to the ship, he decided he was going to board it. He had to. Now that he had found it, he couldn't just leave without taking a look inside. He had thought about calling the police first, but they would tell him to share the ship's location and instruct him not to go near it. And he didn't like that idea. Later, however, he would come to regret this decision. Carter thought that since he had found the ship, he should also be the first one to look inside. He already imagined the newspaper headline, "Local Fisherman Makes Stunning Discovery," and thought about how this would benefit his business. Carter had so many questions. What had happened to this ship 20 years ago? Why had no one been able to find it until now, and he just randomly bumped into it? He searched for the best spot to anchor his boat, and after he had almost circled the ship, he finally spotted a ladder. He got closer until he could grab the bottom step, and he lowered his anchor into the water. This was it! Carter took a deep breath, and he pulled himself up onto the next step of the ladder. He carefully made his way up, still unaware of the absolute horror he was about to discover inside. He let out a deep sigh as he finally made it over the railing of the ship and climbed onto the deck. He glanced down at his own little boat, and it seemed even smaller from this height. Carter admired the view for a few moments as he gained back his breath, and he looked around, taking in his surroundings on the ship. He walked around a bit and tried to open the first door that he walked past. He held his breath as he pushed the handle, but the door wouldn't budge. It was locked. However, soon, his excitement would turn into horror. Carter walked onto the next door, and he smiled when this one did open. There was a loud metal screeching sound as he slowly pushed it open, and it took a while for his eyes to adjust to the darkness. Carter looked around the dark room, his eyes scanning over the mundane objects, chairs, tables, and boxes. Everything seemed untouched by time, yet eerily normal. He brushed his fingers over a dusty tabletop, feeling the grit and years of neglect. It was just a room full of old furniture and forgotten supplies. Realizing the room was merely a storage space, he felt a hint of disappointment, clouding his excitement. The mystery of the long-lost ship seemed to be fading with each ordinary discovery. Carter sighed, closing his eyes for a moment before deciding to leave the room. There was nothing here worth his curiosity. Deciding there was nothing of interest here, he left the room to continue his exploration elsewhere on the ship. His steps echoed through the empty corridors as he moved from one room to another, opening doors and glancing inside. Nothing so far hinted at the ship's mysterious past. While examining another quiet room, a sudden metallic screech shattered the silence. The harsh sound made Carter jump, his body stiffening as the echo rang through the corridors. For a moment he stood completely still, listening. Carter tightened his grip on the door handle, drawing in a slow breath before stepping toward the sound. With careful steps, he pushed the door open and looked outside, expecting to confront whoever or whatever had made the noise. But the ship remained silent and lifeless. After a moment, Carter convinced himself it had been nothing more than a bird or the ship's metal shifting in the wind. Though the uneasy feeling lingered, he turned back inside and continued exploring. His footsteps echoed along the metal floors as he climbed toward the first floor where the guest suites were located. Despite the unease in his chest, curiosity pushed him onward. Carter stopped at one of the doors and slowly reached for the handle. The door opened with a soft click. Inside, the dim light revealed the first true sign that people had once lived here. A coffee cup rested on a small table. A book lay open beside it, as if someone had been reading only moments earlier. The bed was unmade, clothes scattered across the floor, and personal belongings left behind without care. With each discovery, his curiosity grew stronger. What could cause an entire ship of passengers and crew to vanish so abruptly? Unlike the other suites, this room seemed eerily preserved. Personal belongings were scattered across the space in a strange stillness, as if their owners had only just stepped away. Overcome with horror, he turned and fled, desperate to escape the ship and its haunting secrets. His feet barely touched the ground as he sprinted down the hall, the eerie silence of the ship now a cacophony in his ears. He burst onto the deck, gasping for air. His plan to leave abruptly thwarted when he saw his boat was no longer there. Carter stared out at the dark water, expecting to see the small vessel floating nearby, but the sea was empty. The rope he had tied earlier lay loose against the dock, its end frayed as if it had been deliberately cut. Someone else had to be on the ship. Panic spread through him as his eyes darted across the deck and into every shadow. The silence of the vessel suddenly felt threatening, filled with the possibility of hidden danger. Without wasting another second, Carter hurried toward the opposite side of the ship, clinging to the faint hope that the boat had drifted somewhere nearby. When he reached the railing and looked over the edge, he found nothing but dark water moving slowly below. The last thread of hope vanished. His boat was truly gone. Determined to survive, he began moving through the corridors again, searching for any way to contact the outside world or find another escape. His eyes scanned every passage for lifeboats, radios, or anything that might help him leave. Eventually, he made his way toward the upper deck, hoping the captain's quarters might still contain a working radio. Reluctantly, he abandoned the idea and turned back inside. As he walked down a narrow corridor, something unusual caught his attention. A door that had always been locked before now stood slightly open. It was set quietly into the wall, almost hidden from view. Carter stopped. His instincts told him to keep walking, but curiosity pulled him closer. Slowly, he pushed the door open and peered inside. A stale smell of rust and old paper drifted out from the darkness. Just as he considered leaving, a loud crash echoed behind him. The door slammed shut. Carter spun around and rushed toward it, grabbing the handle, but it would not move. He pulled again, harder this time, but the door remained firmly locked. He was not alone. Exhausted and shaken, Carter slumped briefly against the door before forcing himself to think. He wiped his damp hands on his jeans and began searching the room for anything that could help him escape. Among piles of linens and old machines, he looked for tools or hidden exits. Then, suddenly, he noticed something. Partially hidden behind a large rusted washing machine was a small door he had not seen before. Hope flickered again as he pushed the machine aside and stepped closer. His hands trembled as he reached for the handle. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow passage dimly lit by a flickering bulb. Pipes and cables ran along the walls of the tight corridor beyond. Relief flooded through him. The passage led to a service corridor, and it might finally offer him a way out. Without hesitation, Carter stepped inside and began moving forward. Ignoring the eeriness of the deserted corridor, Carter ran, driven by the desire to escape and forget the horror he encountered. His eyes searched frantically for any sign of escape, an exit hatch, a stairwell, or perhaps a lifeboat. Eventually, exhaustion caught up with him. Carter stumbled to a stop and collapsed against a cold metal wall, breathing heavily. Just as despair began to settle in, a sudden sound shattered the stillness. A nearby door creaked open, and a figure appeared in the bright sunlight, spilling into the corridor. Carter jerked upright. Terrified, he shouted, "No, please don't hurt me. I won't tell anyone." His voice echoed through the empty hallway as he raised his arms defensively and squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for what he thought would be the end. But instead of danger, he heard laughter. Slowly, Carter opened his eyes. The man standing in front of him stepped forward into the light, revealing himself to be perfectly healthy and fully dressed. Carter stared in disbelief. This was the same man he had thought was lying dead in the suite. Relief and confusion rushed through him at the same time. The stranger introduced himself as Brandon and calmly explained the misunderstanding. He had simply been asleep when Carter had seen him earlier. Carter nearly collapsed with relief as the tension drained from his body. Once the shock faded, Brandon began to explain what had truly happened to the mysterious ship. Years earlier, the vessel had been caught in a violent storm that damaged its communication system and left it drifting far from any known route. Unable to call for help and unsure when rescue might come, the passengers and crew had faced a difficult decision. Instead of abandoning the ship immediately, they realized the vessel carried enough supplies to sustain them for a long time. With food stores still full and the sea calm after the storm, they decided to remain aboard and live in isolation. Some passengers eventually chose to leave the ship whenever they found safe passage back to civilization, but they all agreed to keep their unusual experience a secret. One by one, the group disappeared, until Brandon became the final person left living aboard the vessel. Now, after years of solitude, he had finally decided it was time to return to the world. Together, Carter and Brandon prepared to leave the ship. Brandon retrieved Carter's missing boat, which he had moved earlier, fearing it might drift away in the currents. Soon they set course for the shore. When they finally stepped onto land, the feeling of freedom was overwhelming. What had begun as a terrifying mystery soon captured the attention of people everywhere. Their story spread quickly, drawing reporters and curious listeners eager to hear about the strange ship and the years of hidden life aboard it. The once-forgotten vessel soon became famous, a symbol of resilience and the extraordinary choices people make when faced with isolation.